So, working in the film industry myself as a casting director, and I've been on many sets, I can sort of relate to the stories that are going on here and what everybody's sending you. Um, I have a story myself that happened to me on a film set, and gosh, this was probably around 2010. We were on a film set. It was in the heat of the summer. It was a wedding scene outdoors. It was in a backyard with a very tall fence, and we were all sitting at these tables. We sat in the sun for hours, literally hours, while the lead actors were getting their scenes shot, principal actors, and we were sitting in the sun. There was no wind at this point. It was about 110 degrees outside that day. And after being out there for about 4 hours, I started feeling kind of nauseated. And first time that's ever happened to me in the heat. And so the next scene, they were asking us all to get up on this little platform they had built in the backyard. It's supposed to be like a little square dance area, because at a wedding they had a band and a dance area, so we get up to dance. And I got up there, and after a few songs and going back to one and resetting over and over several times, and being in full dress for a really nice wedding, it was very hot and no wind, no air, no water, nothing. And so after a few times dancing, I started feeling very strange, and I could see a tunnel, a spinning tunnel like this, and I felt myself being pulled back. And I looked at the person I was supposed to be dancing with, and I said, I think I'm going down. And he just looked at me like, what? And I said, I think I'm going down, meaning I'm going to pass out. So he caught me, and they kind of carried me off stage, and the set medic came to me, and then he pulled me off set. At that point, I was so nauseated and sick, and I couldn't function very well. I couldn't think. I had a very foggy head, foggy brain, and I couldn't even. My words were kind of slurred. I couldn't speak very well. So he got some fluids in me. He made me eat a half a banana. That's all I could stomach. And sit in a tent that had air conditioning piped into it. So I cooled down a lot. But I ended up staying in that tent with him for about 4 hours. He wouldn't let me leave. And I didn't want to go to the hospital. It was a very scary experience for me. And the first time I'd ever witnessed heat exhaustion. But I said that all to say this, is that working on a film set in Texas is dangerous in the heat of the summer. And there's a lot of filmmakers here that require that. And I actually worked on another film set, a football movie that was being shot. It was supposed to be in October up north. And so people were dressed in heavy wool clothing and hats and gloves and scarves. And it was over 100 degrees that day in the stadium shooting. And I know that for a fact, at least 26 people went to the hospital that day from that set, 26 extras who had to sit outside in this unbearable heat with this heavy coats on, which was dangerous. And it's a dangerous situation when filmmakers put extras in that situation on a set. And I think that needs to change. I think a lot of things need to change, because Texas summers are getting hotter. And it's hard to be on a film set all day in this heat. I just wanted to share this story with you because I think it's really important. It's people that have to live outside that are homeless. It's unbearable. I cannot imagine not being able to escape the heat, and then having to work on a film set like that is bad. And I don't like my actors having to go through that themselves. And I think filmmakers need to take heed and take warning to this, and maybe do their films elsewhere or in cooler temperatures, a different time of the season, because it's very dangerous. Just had to share that with y'all. And thank you very much for letting me share my story.